My name is Vicki. I'm from Calaveras County, California. I had 2 abortions in the early 1970s. At that time, At that time, abortion was only legal in New York and New York and California. I lived in Massachusetts. It was a long time ago, but sometimes it seems like yesterday. Some things about them I will never forget. I was pregnant both times by the same man. He did not want to get married. If my parents had even found out that I was sexually active, let alone pregnant, they would die. These were enough reasons for me to choose abortion. My boyfriend went with me for the first one. The second one he did not know about. I remember the procedure itself and feeling very removed from my body when it was done. I remember nothing after the first one, but after the second one, I remember trying to console a woman who was crying after her procedure. I stayed at a hotel in New York City that night and could not get warm. I called the front desk and asked them to check the heater. There was nothing wrong with it. I was freezing, chills passing through my body like a knife. It was a sensation that would return to me many times over the years. The next day on the bus going home, I felt a huge emptiness inside, and I cried out to God to never let me do this ever again. I got pregnant again by the same man. God honored my prayer and gave me another choice. I moved to California, and my son was adopted here in San Francisco. For years, I struggled to make something of my life. I married a man I met in a support group. We were both mourning the loss of a child, his by divorce, mine by adoption. I did not recognize my losses by abortion. I had another son, and my stepson came to live with us. I was still not happy. I did not know what was wrong. I thought it was about the adoption, but an astute pregnancy center counselor said it was more likely about the abortions. I didn't want to go there. I worked and worked to be the perfect wife and mother and stepmother. I overachieved constantly at my work. I was still miserable, and my children and husband knew that what people saw on the outside was not who I really was. I took the training to be a pregnancy center volunteer and was told I would have to go through the post-abortion Bible study before I could counsel. I thank God they made that rule, and I believe they made it when they saw me coming. I was the first one who volunteered after they made that rule, and I thank God, and I thank God for that rule. Finally, through this Bible study, I began to see how the abortions had affected me. I let myself feel the incredible grief I had for the babies I had aborted. I saw how my relationships, with my husband and my children were marred because I could not let myself get close to anyone. I could only punish myself because of what I had done. I began to heal. The truth that Jesus had paid the price for me with his blood began to be real to me. I did the study a second time a few years later and accepted his complete forgiveness and restoration. I knew then, as I do now, that my babies are with Jesus in heaven, and I will see them there someday. I do not get that chilled sensation anymore, even standing up here speaking in front of all of you. I thought for so long that I should never have been born, but now I know his purpose for me is to lead other women in healing Bible study. I have met and know so many women and men like myself who have struggled for years and did not know why, And this is the reason I will be silent no more.